So looks like we're starting Battlefield.
Okay.
Classic.
Now, what's cool about this matchup is that both teams have extensive experience teaming with each other, so you're going to see a lot of thoughtful game plans and strategy.
Yeah, I'd say definitely a lot more of the like nuanced side of doubles and that you normally might not always get. And because I feel like doubles, especially in like recent years, has been a little less. Even ran in general, like there's a lot of tournaments, especially like monthlies, regionals, like not a lot of places always run doubles anymore. So I feel like it's kind of.
But I have been seeing a resurgence as of like the last, probably this year. To be honest, I've just been seeing events with like Genesis willing to put top 4 doubles on the final day.
Yeah, Major Upset doing the same thing. While it was a 2-day event, that had one of the best like doubles top 8s in a long time as well. Some of the best like comebacks.
Yeah, you were telling me
last weekend.
all kinds of 2v1s.
Yeah, so I think people right now are, it's like women's NCAA outviewing the other ones right now. We're appreciating little doubles right now.
What I really like about watching teams like this play, like for example, Vavez and Nut, is their positioning's really sick. Like they don't run into each other too often. They're moving like a solo unit, covering more space than they could on their own, and it's just very cohesive.
Yeah, and
it's
with
like
Peaches,
synchronized swimming or something.
And with the like, I don't know, like Peaches float and something like Sheik's Needles being able to take so much space, you can just like float above Sheik Needles, or Sheik can get on a platform above a Peach floating below it, and you can just basically kind of walk like a moving wall was across the stage. And
you see that like when they were attempting to move forward, so they were both on the left side. Vavez took the ground, and then Nut just knew to take the air. You know what I mean? Like, just took to the platform, Vavez moved forward, because they can't both move forward into each other, right?
Yeah.
And just that awareness. I wonder if they're saying things to each other. They just have that instinctual knowledge of.
I think at this point, they say a lot with their gameplay, not too much with their words. They're not the most talkative team, at least like during the matches. They'll definitely like talk in between and stuff. But during the matches, I feel like they are just so cohesive. And there we go. Vavez kind of disrupting Amza's attempt to get to the ledge, and gave Nut another chance, but Axe cleaned it up there. And fairly even right now. But not a lot of percent on Nut at the moment.
Yeah, and Vavez getting in there right on time to help out Nut. Was getting beat up by Axe in the corner.
Oh, and that was kind of an unfortunate trade right there for Nut, and they got reversal by Amza, got super armor into the Nair and sent him off, and took a lot of damage for it. And nobody's lost his stock yet. They're all holding on to it pretty well right now.
And, you know, Axe and Amza too, when I think about a team composition, Yoshi, Pikachu, on paper, at least from my understanding, doesn't make a lot of sense. And I would love to talk to them at some point to figure out exactly where they feel they're helping out each other's strengths or minimizing the weaknesses.
Yeah, in general, one of Yoshi's biggest issues in doubles, I would say, is one of Pikachu's strengths, is that Yoshi has an extreme inability to be able to go and help their teammate. Like, they're really slow at getting somewhere and trying to help. So there can be a lot of issues with separation, and like if you separate one of them and 2v1 the other one, that can be a huge issue. But Pikachu, on the other hand, is just so fast and quick, and
get out of a tight spot, maybe.
Yeah, that, and also they are able to go and help Yoshi as well really quickly. So even if they do get separated quickly, Pikachu, kind of has the ability to scramble out at certain times, and then also make that ground up to go help their teammate a lot quicker. This is gonna be rough.
Tough job for Axe. Gonna probably have to sneak a cheeky up smash on Nut to get away with this, because Pikachu does not have the power to take a 2-on-1 very well.
Yeah. Especially between two players who are very used to 2v1 situations and understand like what spaces are safe, what aren't, how to cover your teammates' options, and be able to move forward in a very safe way. Because a 2v1 is an extremely, like, even more than it sounds like on paper at times, 2v1 is extremely disadvantageous. Because it's not just two 1v1s, which would be harder. But it's the fact that anytime you try and use any move, and if you try and punish something, there's somebody there to cover that. So it really gives the other team the option to go for a lot of things that would be entirely unsafe otherwise, just knowing that if you decide to punish them, then I'm going to punish you.
In fact, it's probably encouraged for one of the teammates to be willing to do slightly unsafe things because you have that additional coverage, so it's just not unsafe at that point.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept. I think that's like one of those thought processes that doesn't transfer from singles to doubles. It's like in singles, you're concerned with your own safety, so you do everything that is safe. And then you have to kind of throw that away, knowing that you got backup to go for these riskier things. And it's still safe. It's just somebody's got your back.
And you can't only, you don't have to, it's not just like positioning to keep yourself safe, but you have to make sure that while you're doing that, you're also positioning to keep your teammates safe and or like pick up the punish like you're talking about. Looks like they're going to run it back. Which, to me, that makes sense. The platforms in general, I think, lend themselves well to both Yoshi and Pikachu in general, especially Yoshi, though. The way that these platforms are positioned with the left, right, and top one, it makes Yoshi's like kind of natural arc with his double jump really usable in between the platforms. It can kind of help them cover spots that they otherwise have trouble covering. Yoshi has like, it's very unintuitive when you're originally looking at it, but it has a very kind of linear places where Yoshi can actually cover when he's going for these double jump aerials. If you understand the pattern that Yoshi can take with their movement. I'll try to clip up the up B.
You know, I'm having a thought right now. I'm wondering if, okay, so Melee's not going to die for years, right? It's just going to be around for forever.
Never will.
Right? So what is the, as people get, you know, better at the game hits a higher and higher meta, I feel like there's a world where singles might, I'm talking like 10, 20 years from now, singles might boil down to specific strategies and it might get stale, where doubles will always be there, right? I'm thinking of it the way I look at VGC and Pokemon singles versus doubles, and how doubles opens up the doors for a lot of new options, where, like, for example, camping in doubles, that's whack. That doesn't really work here, right? So, like, if the singles meta starts to boil down to that and people eventually can't stop it, what if, you know, 20 years from now, like, everyone starts watching doubles and that's, like, the move?
Yeah, it's all the people who, like, hate crouch cancel and, like, zero to death and stuff. Like, they'll all just become doubles players eventually.
You know, it could happen. I mean, with a game that lasts forever, I think everything is on the table.
Yeah. And there's just so many like potential interactions, and especially with how we've been seeing characters getting so diverse in singles right now as well, and we're seeing it translate into doubles as well, and like there's a whole new plethora of like team compositions that are really exciting right now to think about and see that are being played at a level that has just never even been close.
Yes.
And this is one of them, honestly. Like a current day Amza Axe is different than, you know, I feel like the times they've teamed in the past even. This is like a new beast. And they are mopping up
always
right
evolving.
now.
Wow. Okay. No kill. That's surprising. At 104. Might have been like a weaker hit on the Pikachu up smash.
Yeah, there's a few different hitboxes.
I'm pretty sure it kills earlier than Fox's up smash, but I don't want anyone to yell at me on the internet or something if I'm wrong.
To grab. Oh, didn't quite hit the down air.
Okay. Yeah. Axe and Amsa did insanely well this match.
Yeah.
This was pretty one-sided.
It's incredibly over at the moment.
I'd like to, I'd like to act like Vavis has a shot there, but not going to happen.
Okay. So 1-1 and ran it back on the stage. So Nut Vavis kind of have their whole pick of the stages right now, whatever they want, whatever they're feeling. That's always kind of a good feeling. Even if you do end up dropping a game, you force them to run it back. You know, it kind of just still feels like they're on the back foot a little bit.
Leaves a lot of open options for stage counter pick if the same one was used.
Yeah, I think Yoshi's story could be pretty decent here. It's just so wacky in general, and then against players like Amza and Axe, I feel like some of those like high-pressure scramble situations that get a little wacky can lend themselves to them.
Yeah, sometimes when things are a little too weird, you just want the space. Right? You just want the space to be able to ponder, to stand there menacingly and figure out what the hell's going on. If you're on Yoshi's and everything's just going crazy around you, you just might get overwhelmed.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense to restricting Amza's movement a lot and ability with shield drop punishes and really just restricting Yoshi's toolkit quite a bit in general.
Yeah, Vava is getting mixed up with Nut a little bit there, opting for down smashes to, you know, it's a great move, multi-hit to get Amsa off of Nut, but it comes with the drawback of sometimes Nut getting caught in the middle of it.
Yeah. And not quite going to grab it.
Yeah, that was so good by Amsa. Chasing down Vavis where Nut was being occupied by Axe. Nut knowing that as soon as, you know, Nut goes to save Vavis, Axe is going to be right there to take advantage.
Yeah, Speaking of Axe taking advantage right now, there we go. Just 2 for 2 on those last one. The Nair to take out Nut and the Thunder to call out Vavez up top.
That's
can't float away from that.
That's what I'm saying. That whole standing there menacingly, like I don't know if it's a little bit ago, but Axe was just standing there behind Nut, just standing there, and Nut knew menacingly. Nut knew as soon as he turned his back, it was going to be a problem.
Good target switch right there from Nut. And, you know, Axe's movement right now has just been so clinical on this stage. Their spacing and dash dances have been so tight, and they've honestly just kind of been outplaying some of these mutual interactions at points. And
I'm starting to feel like the space is definitely helping out Axe and AMSA in terms of their positioning, their approaches.
With players this good, you can find an argument why they're good on any stage, too. And when we were talking about, like, why Yoshi's going to be scary against them, why FD, they're just scary.
Yeah.
Just 2 scary players. And that being said, right now, this is still quite an even match. Oh, an amazing tech, but an even better ledge grab from AMSA. Bob is able to prevent any further damage on Nut.
Oh, tons of damage on Axe.
Yeah, good. Lucky they were able to get out right there. If they had kind of gotten hit again or forced in one more tech situation, that could have been immense damage.
Honestly, a little impressed that Axe managed to get out of that situation without that much damage. The way Vavez and Nut were cornering him.
Yeah, that was a rock in a hard place, and they somehow found the softer of the two.
Yep. Axe is ready. You see how Axe just totally gave up the punish on Vavez just to help out AMSA?
Yeah.
While getting grabbed.
Oh, kind of caught AMSA falling there. Nut has been able to put a lot of damage in on AMSA these last couple stocks. And again, Axe just ready with the Thunders. Such a good conversion. Something like Yoshi up air seems to be a very, very easy lineup for that Thunder.
Yeah. And they got to DI it in some kind of way where it might angle towards Axe. You know, they can't go straight up on it.
Yeah.
And Axe is there to cover it.
And, you know, normally you don't want to trade with Peach's down smash with Pikachu Nair, but that time it worked out. So.
Oh, look at that. AMSA providing cover fire with the eggs. Yeah. See, there's that whole thing you were talking about earlier. Axe made the risky approach there, but AMSA was there to cover. So even though Axe got punished for it, it didn't matter because AMSA was there with a forward air into an up air, tons of damage.
And having a lot of fun, it looks like, as well.
The birthday boy.
Yeah. Pika Pika. Yeah, I do like Axe, that Arizona jersey that Axe has.
Oh, it's always been so nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cool they made that specifically for Axe. I wonder if they've made new ones or this is like the 8-year-old one or something. I hope it's a new one, Axe.
There's a closet full, like the Fat Goku shirt.
Oh, true. Wait, does Fat Goku actually have multiple?
Oh, yeah, he has
yeah. Oh, okay.
Nice. It's like 5.
Nice.
Right now, both kind of isolated and
yeah,
really getting a huge punish though out of it.
Yeah. I think
off a chain grab, but
it feels like Nut and Vavez need to do a better job of being around each other. I think Axe and AMSA are doing a great job of isolating and then protecting each other from a 2-on-1. So it feels like Vavez and Nut just need to stick together more. They need to find a way to do that.
Yeah. You need to get some sandwiches going, kind of trap the opponents in between them.
Or be there to cover each other a little better.
Yeah, that's an issue that Peach and a lot of floaties can have in doubles. Kind of the same one as, unfortunate SD there. But it's a little sloppy this game. You can really just kind of like, at some of those higher percentages, bat away Peach. Like if you just kind of hit Peach with a move and they go away, they're probably going to recover anyway. The amount of time it takes to edge guard or something like that is usually not worth it. And if you just hit them away, it's going to take them a while to recover with their slow recovery, and then you can just 2v1 the next person.
Wow, that edge guard on Nut was crazy. Just the way AMSA covered ledge, multiple forward smashes on the platform from Axe.
That down tilt from Yoshi, the fixed knockback and just knocking Cheek down across the stage. Axe immediately on the other side of the stage looking for the dash dance punish. Didn't quite find it, but just how quick. Like a Yoshi down tilt is a fast move. And from across the screen, you're ready to try and follow up on it. Oh no, Dino down.
Yeah, Yoshi a tank. Just living. Not going anywhere. Okay. Still totally doable if Vavez can stay alive, and a kill on AMSA slightly early, considering how long that character lives.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing tech. Axe
Everybody's
went
just
for
out
an up air to get Nut off stage, but that tech kept him close.
Makes this a lot more doable. Not very scary. Yeah, just kind of getting on top of each other a little bit there again. And that will do it on Max.
Okay, definitely a doable game. This was looking over earlier.
That was a scary nair on Amsa's shield, but it looks to be...
Big damage opportunity on Axe, but those eggs covering a lot. Crazy cover fire by Amsa.
Cover fire in doubles is always so funny to me. Wow!
Oh, no way! No way!
That tail spike back really.
Oh,
that would have been an insane way.
Double jump over it. Yeah, that was crazy.
Wow!
What a recovery.
That would have, man. If they had done that, if you win off of that, that's a.
Honestly, I think that should have been a win. Just give it up. Go to game 5. Yeah, but good stuff to Amsa and Axe. Moving on to grand finals.
Yeah, winner side. And up next, we got the San Diego residents, Khalid and Snake versus Baba Ganoush and Santi.
Yes.
And loser semis. So this is for 4th.
Yes. And 3rd, and this is going to be a 2 out of 3.
Yes.
So at DreamHack, the finals, winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals are all going to be best of 5, but loser semis will be best of 3.
And a little bit of bragging rights for San Diego. Will be the old heads, or the new kids on the block?
Yeah, no, I'm talking. So you see Baba Ganoush over there on the left?
Oh, yeah.
Baba Ganoush has been around since, what, 2005? I've known that guy for a long, long time. Long time.
Oh, Khalid looks ready to play.
I also put him on my list of most handsome smasher. It's Baba Ganoush, so.
Yeah, they're definitely up there.
Everyone was on that ice train. I was like, no, Baba Ganoush.
Nice.
Baba Ganoush.
I forgot about that ranking.
Remember Ice? I haven't seen Ice compete in a while.
They were actually streaming a little bit of Melee again, like I would say like 6-7 months ago.
Ice was? Oh,
yeah,
nice. Okay.
But I haven't seen him compete in particular.
And Santi was living in another country for a while, so good to see him back. Was at, what was it, Wave Dash for a bit too. So it's gonna be cool seeing this Falco again. Oh, and I just realized, we're seeing a Team Ditto, which is rare.
Both San Diego as well.
And both San Diego. This is like mirror image, old guys.
That's actually really funny.
The young guns.
I always love at events like this too, like at DreamHack San Diego, and you got your local heroes. I mean, shoot, none of these people are local heroes anymore nowadays. I mean, multiple top 100 players and perennials, but it's always nice to see when you get a couple local teams in for like that doubles top 4, that big stream. When you're the big event comes to town, you want some local players. Yeah, you want them representing. Yeah. It brings a lot of pride to the area. I always argued that nobody gets cheered for as loud by their local scene as their local wobbler when they're fighting another region. Right? Like if you have a local wobbler who just destroyed your life, like an ice climber just ruining your bracket every single week, and you're just so mad, and then you get to see them do it to someone else in another region, it makes you so happy. Yeah. Everyone goes nuts for every ice climber. Yeah, when they that's like when Dookie won the NorCal Arcadian. Oh, people were going nuts. Yeah, it was the best. That was a hard Arcadian too. It was like Boulevard and Spark, and that was a ridiculous one. Are they still doing Arcadians? Yeah, there's a NorCal Arcadian coming up next month, actually. Be fun. It's been a while. Yeah. So Yoshi's story. I know that Khalid loves this stage, at least. They like start here in singles all the time. A pup of a different breed, I would say. Khalid? Yeah. In what way? They're a lot more like forward airy, in your face, scramble, very much so. I mean, for one, they start on Yoshi's story almost against every single character. Oh, really? Game. Okay. Yeah, like almost every match. Interesting. I actually remember getting some advice that
because the traditional thought from way back in the day was you take Jigglypuff to Yoshi's. And then I think it was Prince Abu who started telling me, it's like, you don't want to go to Yoshi's. You need the space. You want to go to Dreamland. I'm like, excuse me? But it was right, actually, to the point where Puffs would not allow Dreamland to be a neutral select for at least in the Samus matchup.
Samus matchup.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can see Samus especially being able to use with a little bit less speed. Projectiles. Yeah, you got Wevins here this weekend.
Oh yeah, I am so excited to see that. So I think Wevins is projected to play against, who was it? There's like a matchup there where Wevins is projected to lose. I think Wevins might be like the 9th seed.
Yeah.
And then this player was the 8th seed. But I'm trying to remember who it was. But either way, I saw that matchup, and it looks like Wevins could definitely cause an upset there and possibly make a run in the matchup after.
Wevins had an insane run of a coin box recently. Who was it?
No, so it's whoever it was. The next match would be AMSA. So winner of that plays AMSA, and I think Wevins would possibly be able to play that matchup too. So at least based on the style that I see Wevins employ, I think it's definitely doable. You know, sometimes I might see I don't know why. Sorry, I'm talking about Samus right now. I'll get back to match in a second, but it's just the play style looks like it's ideal for a matchup like AMSA.
Yeah, no, Wevins definitely one of the people to watch out this weekend. Khalid, like, new on top 100 as well. They're due for another really good run. They had a great run at Double Down.
Yeah,
like see him.
Just like a player that has been rising the ranks slowly, and at least not that slowly here in SoCal. I think like the rise has been very quick and strong. I've been seeing Khalid over at Lawless, which is like what, 3 hours north. So Khalid shows up.
They're a little definitely a team. There's good locals in SoCal. Oh, wow, and going for the short end. That's why it's so risky to go for ledge and doubles, because there's like 3 times as many people that can accidentally or intentionally grab the ledge from you.
Yeah.
And when you're going on stage, too, you're probably not going to get like very telegraphed punished as hard as you might in singles if you decide to be in the center of the stage because you have a teammate to disrupt another thing. So it's usually worth it to go on stage to avoid things like that. And we're kind of seeing Green Team now with like a pretty severe, like a strong stock deficit that if they hadn't missed that short, they probably would be using. Lasers coming out a little bit. Man.
Yeah, just letting those lasers rip off ledge every time.
Yeah, interesting on this stage too. It's kind of hard for each team to find like a solid like footing or positioning and hold it. There's a lot of like kind of swapping, like Puff Falco over here, and then they're fighting the other one. It's very much so kind of hard for any of them to really get anything set up. Falco doesn't seem to have like as much space as they might want. It's been a very scrambly match, I would say.
Also, I mean, no joke, just having the same characters on the opposing end, it could make it a little confusing to coordinate sometimes, but they're still doing a great job.
Yeah.
At least for me, I don't know, I got old eyes. It confuses me.
Yeah, you're really going to have to focus on like positioning a lot with these.
I'm just saying, I would have hit the wrong Jigglypuff like 20 times, no doubt.
Yeah, I have, especially if I haven't played doubles in a while. If it's a color that I normally don't play, it gets rough.
Oh, speaking of, just because we have a Ditto, one of my favorite doubles stories was, have you heard of Blur at Pat's house?
No.
Blur teamed with, who was it? Oh, God, I forget. It might have been Tafo. I forget. But basically, it was a Falcon. So it was Marth Falcon. So Blur and his Falcon teammate versus Johnny and, like, another Marth. I forget who. But basically, Blur queued up with the opposing Falcon, and then the opposing Falcon queued up with the other Marth, right? So basically, they were just teaming incorrectly, and they were playing it out, and Blur couldn't figure out why his teammate was just having the opposite reactions every like engagement, right?
Couldn't understand why.
Couldn't understand, and like at the end of the match, like Blur was extra happy, and the other person was extra upset. And then Blur just starts looking, and I start cracking up. Like, I saw it mid-match. I'm like, dude, I don't think they know that they're on the other team.
That is
they
hilarious.
figured it out after.
That's actually one of the best double stories.
Not on stream, unfortunately. It would have been hella funny to see that.
Yeah, that's a great one. I've never heard that. just why is my teammate so happy every time I SD?
As soon as I saw Blur just looking sad when he SD'd and the other person like, let's go. I'm like, oh, dude, they fucked up.
Yeah, you think at a certain point.
Something like.
There's such a taboo, especially in like Melee stuff too, to like stop a tournament set for any reason.
Yeah.
There's that first rest of the match.
I hope the other Marth wasn't like Zane or something, because then it'd be really funny. Like, how did the teammate like not, team with Zane's Marth's like, yo, Blur's playing hot today. Like, something's going on.
Yeah, it's like pew pew you. Like,
I think it was pew pew actually. Close game.
yeah.
Khalid staying alive. 146 for Jigglypuff.
Splitting up their invincibility time a little bit.
No.
As well on those Angel platforms, trying to see if one of them can maybe kind of crack the wall a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised if at this point Khalid's definitely looking for a rest. Yeah, just because, just because, you're at such a high percent, it would just be money to land one of those.
Yeah, huge swing. And there's invisible ceiling. Oh, and
the laser actually kind of interrupting Khalid's KO. A little miscoordination there from Snake.
That back air, not quite going to do it inherently. We'll see if they can get a save or anything. Maybe
well,
drill.
If anyone could do it, it is Jigglypuff.
Nice pound.
Let's see if they can punish. Okay, wow, they found a way. One of them stays alive.
None of them are alive anymore. But those ones are always funny too when your teammate's at super high percent and you just hit them like all the way across the screen.
Destroying them, yeah. Yeah, I always find doubles lasers from Falco to be really tough. I mean, it's like a great interruption mechanic, but you have to be precise. If you mess up your own teammate with a laser, it's huge, right? That could be their stock getting depleted just because you accidentally hit them with the laser.
Yeah, there's funny stuff you can do too, like Mega Exos and Army, like in like something like Falco Ices. You just have like an Ices leading, and they're just like spamming down smash, and your teammate's lasering. Whenever the Icy gets hit by the down smash, they can just down smash again because it interrupts
right,
it.
Right, it just gets a reset.
Yeah,
that's how.
You do it with like Peach and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, will they get the rest?
Oh.
Did not. They got the jab reset, but especially in doubles sometimes, and if somebody's getting hit off the side of the stage, that camera can be really kind of, it's hard to tell sometimes when it starts zooming out, yeah, and you're trying to get a combo or something.
You know, one of the things that I think is really cool about...
My goodness, that was like 6 backers in a row.
Jeez.
A assist from Green Team itself as well.
Okay. Khalid going up top.
That was insane. I think that Blue Puff power shielded Green Falco's laser, and it diagonally went in the air and hit the other Puff that was flying in the air.
To die, yeah. Obviously, probably not intentional, but if it was, damn. Imagine, like, we just get to Matrix level of reflecting lasers off our own shields into our teammates.
Yeah, like choosing the direction you want the laser to reflect.
Uncle Punch. It's a thing. Okay. Yeah. So Khalid is at risk of dying pretty easily, so the Falco gonna have to be careful, but okay. Now this might as well be even. Rest is on the table. Not even, but
Very doable.
Yeah. I think it was very important for Khalid to stay alive, but we'll see if Snake can close this out. Baba Ganoush, been around since 2005. None of this is new.
Yeah, they know how this story goes.
Yeah.
Little SK92.
Oh, barely. Okay. Dang. Very close, very close.
Yeah, good composure, though. And it seemed like when things were getting a little scarier and the, Baba Ganoush still hadn't died, I like that Snake took the time to, like, slow it down a little bit more rather than trying to force it.
Yeah.
A wise shepherd once said that if you're going to be choking, it's better to choke and not throw out enough moves than choke throwing out too many.
It's better to choke and not throw out.
Not even necessarily choke, but like if you feel like you're getting nervous or something like that, it's better to like throw out less moves than more. Like don't over, like, kind of.
I call it just pushing buttons, like the pushing buttons mode. Basically, button mashing is what I'm saying. But yeah, when you're not when you're not on point, you start to just jam things to compensate for it.
Wow, and speaking of compensation, that rest to counter the rest was actually pretty crucial because that was a quick one on the Falco. But honestly, to trade a Falco stock for a Puff stock is
huge.
Yeah, pretty useful.
You'll take that because the Falco stock could go away at any other point. Gets Khalid gets Snake on that forward smash. A little unfortunate.
He seems to be looking really even overall.
Close games.
Oh wow!
Tons of damage on the Falco there.
Surprised they didn't rest that.
Baba Ganoush tasked with closing out the Falco stock, didn't work out.
Yeah, and it's funny because, oh, there it is.
Wow, what a crucial rest. But, oh, doesn't finish. Oh, I thought they hit the Falco. Okay, gets both. So in the end, it worked out. But man, that was really clutch by Khalid.
Yeah, and resting the Puff first, too, is so much nicer. Kind of a weight off your shoulders in the sense that, like, Puff's rest. Wow, and there we go.
I don't even know who did what. Okay.
Little double rest there. But in doubles, normally you can kind of swing with rest. Wow, so many rests this game.
I'm going to say that was a long grab. I don't know if there was a button mash there. That was a very long grab.
Oh, I like that they picked that back up with Shine again off the platform.
Santi doing work.
Walling off for Snake to get back on stage.
Oh, there's Baba Ganoush to close out possibly? Nope.
Oh, and Snake getting carried off stage and to come back on, they accidentally hit Khalid, and yeah, a little team fire. But
closing out the Santi stock nonetheless, but this is going to be tough.
Yeah, based off the looks of how they're playing, Santi stock is high as well at the moment.
Oh, that's what you needed. That was the low percent stock too. So if you could get in a situation where it's the Puff against the Falco, again, the percentage won't matter that much for Khalid. So I got to get rid of. I think they got to do something different this time and keep Baba Ganoush alive. That needs to happen. You can't make it a one-on-one. Or that can't happen either. Oh, actually, it could happen. Never mind.
Yeah, that was what I was like earlier. The thing is, normally in doubles, you can kind of swing with rest a little bit more because your teammate, obviously, this is a 2v1. But in this situation with a Puff on the field, it's really kind of like which Puff rests first. Like you have to make it count, and you have to make sure they're not going to get a counter rest or
having a counter rest in that situation feels like a field goal in football. You know what I'm saying? Like you should get it. Yeah. But the whole game's on the line. You got to get it. Imagine just missing your rest when the Jigglypuff is just sitting there. That'd make me nervous.
Yeah, I think there is like there's a famous old doubles clip where it is just like a bunch of Puffs resting each other.
Oh,
and then there's another one where it's like one where it
just
just misses too. Like the Puff miss a rest and then the other Puff miss a rest to rest them. And
one of my favorites is the one where the Puff just walks up to the Sheik, just keeps taking like 7 hits until it finally just rests the Sheik.
Yeah. I've had that happen to me too much. So I think that's it, right?
Right. They didn't know that it was 2 out of 3. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough because that.
A really close set so far.
That changes. That changes strategy. It changes stage choice.
When is that close? They want to play each other too, and they're the SD homies and stuff. So I understand why they play more a little bit. It was a really good set.
Yeah, they're not too happy with that. I'll be honest, I don't blame them. Just if they didn't know, that's pretty rough.
On Team Baba Ganoush putting on for the old SD guard right now, though. Real in top 3 here. DreamHack San Diego.
Yes.
Add this to his long resume.
Low key, maybe they could do a little Thug Finals off stream and finish the set. You know what I'm saying? Like,
cool. Yeah.
Hey, they're all from San Diego. Maybe they'd be down.
Yeah.
A rare case where, so Thug Finals is usually reserved for someone that wasn't in the bracket. This is a rare case where these could be official Thug Finals because they had a weird set interaction. They could close it out. Yeah.
Some Thug Finals.
It's allowed.
All right. We got Nut, Vavez, and then this should be best of 5.
Yes. This one for sure is best of 5.
All right. So
the old school
Vaves.
boys.
Yeah.
Here in losers final. So yeah, they're playing Nut Vaves. Okay. At this point, I mean, Nut and Vaves are old school too.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are definitely two teams that have been around the block in SoCal for years now at this point.
Oh yeah. With the rocking the SZA shirt.
Yeah.
Good new album. I liked it. Sorry.
That's fitted.
What?
Bob is complaining that Michael sat down in the chair in front of him without letting him walk through first and held the cord.
That's bad teamwork, man. Bad IRL teamwork. Come on.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's been having a good time here. It's super nice inside too. Honestly.
Are they switching now? Yeah, they're actually.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, sometimes you have the, your preferred side of the TV. That's a thing.
Yeah. It's fun watching them compete. Those are the interactions I love in doubles. Oh, and here we go. The controller's now getting unwound.
Doing a little button check.
Yeah, and then on to the axe. So the invaders, as the old school people in my region would call like traveling to a smaller tournament or smaller region, they would call them raids.
Raids.
So they would go raiding.
They're going to raid like Seattle or something.
Yeah, or like Vegas. Vegas was often Reno. Reno was heavily raided back in the day. That was
it's like a zombie apocalypse encampment, and you're just the raiders out in the wild, just taking what you can because you have more guns.
It's like 7 samurai, just waiting for the crops to be until their local pizza joint gives them a pop bonus,
and that's when they show up.
Yeah.
That's so funny. We had to do that back in the day. If like back in the day, if you were a SoCal like ranked player, and then you showed up anywhere like Utah, Seattle. Well, Seattle was tough because Silent Wolf was running that joint, right? Like every region had their own like mob bosses, so you couldn't raid everything.
Yeah.
But well fortified was Seattle, but not Utah back then at least.
Yeah, you also had Bladewise too.
Now you got logos, so you can't do that in Utah anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bladewise, true.
Man, that old school Washington was stacked too.
Yeah, that was hella fun. Also, what was fun is before esports was a thing, you could hustle people the way you would in billiards. You know what I mean? Like, you know how pool hustlers show up? They're like, I'm not that good. You want to bet for 100? And they'd be like, yeah. It was worse with Smash because people grew up playing the game and everyone thought they were good. And esports wasn't a thing. So when you'd challenge them and then you'd be like, I'll play you any amount. You're like, 20 bucks? They're like, yes. You're like, how about 100? And they say yes instantly, right? And it's just because everyone had pride and no one knew anyone's face.
It's funny.
It was hype. I loved it. I mean, you could literally tell them. I would tell people straight up, you are going to lose to me. I'm just going to be honest with you. You have no shot. And then they're like, all right, double it. I was like, all right.
Yeah. I think the closest thing to that nowadays are like anime conventions.
Yeah, but even then, like, who doesn't know that there are good Melee players, you know? At least if they think they're good at Smash, they have to know about this part of the community, right? So it's like, it just can't happen anymore. Those people have been Darwined out at this point. They're just not playing the game at all anymore.
They went extinct. Wow, and this is a huge conversion from Nut, and it is not stopping.
That was so clean.
And a great pickup from Vaves as well. Bobby Ganoush trying to kind of get caught in no man's land there, wanting to go out and try and help Santi, but not having the resources to do so and getting caught out for it.
That was like a stairway to heaven, stairway to hell.
Yeah.
They just kept dragging him down.
Just getting batted away. So much damage coming out from Nut and Vaves. Just like ridiculous amounts of percent constantly. Like 130, Santi's lost another stock. There was like an 80% combo from Nut to start off, ended with the stock. Instantly another 130 put on. Yes. And that's the first stock red team has lost now.
Yeah, this has been really dominant. I'm wondering why Santi opted for Fox in this one. As we said, Santi's got a ton of characters and they're all high level. I'm wondering what it is about the matchup that's making Santi feel this way.
I feel like having strong confirms into kill would be like pretty useful here. I feel like it could be really hard to kill Nut and Vaves if they're like not getting rested in like Falco Pup. You're really gonna play like a long war of attrition.
Oh. And Baba Ganoush actually preventing the forward throw from KOing Santi.
Both in the corner right now and just taking turns ledge trapping Nut and Vavez, not giving him an inch.
That's nightmare fuel. Just having Nut throwing slaps with turnips coming at you.
Oh, speaking of slaps, that was a slap.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Just Michael's is laughing to himself at the moment. They're
What are they doing in the audience? They're yeah, we see.
some fans. Okay, here's the Falco.
They're doing what?
And
What's
now they
the
have a
name?
counter pick.
There's a name to that face, right? You know what I'm talking about, where you make your mouth all pog and you're pointing behind you. There's a name for that, right? Is it Wojak? Bojack?
I think it's a Wojak.
Is it Wojak?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Bojack is the horse.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, they were doing that thing, the Wojak thing.
The Boback.
The Boback. That's what they call it. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Okay, see the Falco. See, that's the difference between Falco and Fox, is that just Falco does it to himself.
I don't even. Was Santi jamming down possibly?
Yeah, it was one of those like really odd interact. Oh my gosh.
The blender.
That hurts.
Yeah, Santi down 2 stocks super quick. Gonna have to make up for it.
Yeah, and one
Need
was
some
just
rest maybe.
straight Mickey Mouse. That first stock was just. Oh, make it 3. Now we have a rough spot here.
Yeah. I feel like Santi hasn't been allowed to play the game this match.
Yeah, it doesn't seem so.
Yeah. Baba Ganoush gonna need some killer rests. Like
Bringing this one back, yeah.
Like a double here and then another double later. Just to be behind.
Yeah, honestly, right now, Nut and Vavez are just kind of hitting them a lot. They're just
decent trade. I will say, I've seen worse. I've seen worse happen. I've seen bigger comebacks. So this is on the table.
good job to go onto stage and then cover the high up B. Then they couldn't do it from ledge. And just
potential for a rest there, but
oh my gosh, they finally get the rest.
But a little too far, got Santi in the mix.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And those are the ones you have to pull the trigger on.
Yeah, exactly. I don't blame Baba Ganoush for going for it. It's necessary at this point.
Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Quick adjustment there too. Both players going off stage to try and cover the edge guard at the same time. And kind of
they're pointing at us again.
Oh, they're pointing?
Wojacking, right? That's the word? I don't know.
I
think we're on the speakers now, so I hope I'm not messing up. You know where they point. They pog out and they point behind them. They're doing it. They're pointing forward, though. That's not correct.
Yeah, you're supposed to point behind you.
Yeah, come on, y'all.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Okay, ooh, Falcon now.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's another one we didn't bring up. Santi definitely has a Falcon.
Oh, so no. It's Baba Ganoush is going Falcon.
Baba Ganoush definitely has a Falcon.
Ah. I have never seen the Falcon from Baba Ganoush. This is gonna be. Let's see what Baba Ganoush has got.
I'm a Baba Ganoush Mewtwo connoisseur, personally.
Ah, yeah, I remember that. He's actually whipped it out against me in a tournament. It was scary.
Sounds scary.
Okay. But what we are going to suffer on here is the recovery aspect of it. Falcon and Falco do struggle a bit, so if Vavez and Nut get the edge guards down, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah. We saw in the first edge guard, though, as well, the Falcon having the up B so early, those Falco lasers were able to kind of reset the up B over and over. So if they are able to get some situations like that going, they can help, but they definitely are extremely exploitable.
Yes. And just knowing what kind of job Nut and Vavez have been doing at keeping their opponents at the ledge, it's scary. But the KO power is just going to be amplified with Falcon on the field. Which it might be what they were looking for specifically.
Great job right there from Santi. Give Baba Ganoush some time to get back on stage, and good target switch as well, but just a little too much right there. And Baba Ganoush going to still lose the stock.
Okay.
Dancing on and off the ledge for each other.
And so far, it's not looking too bad. The strategy is working out. It's going better than the prior game. Yeah, that down smash is
caught
coming.
that.
Good job on Santi to keep that shield up and angle it correctly.
Oh my goodness, this is so much damage right now, and not quite going to finish off the edge guard, but Vav is picking up the grab afterwards, and it's not
Santi's
quite
still
stopped
alive.
yet.
Still here.
Been a really long string, but I think Santi has a moment to breathe.
Yeah. Wow.
Just those knees from across the stage are just so visceral every time they
And
hit.
as all this effort has been put into closing out a Santi stock, Papa Ganoush is getting some KOs on the side.
Yeah. There's the lasers again, making it a little bit harder to edge guard that. But again, the other thing is like even if you make those edge guards a little bit harder, you know, every other time, like the amount of damage that they're putting on and like comboing these characters right now, oh my gosh, the double back air, and that's going to do another Santi stock.
Yeah, and then the chase down off stage, that was clean.
Yeah,
Good stuff. To the LA SoCal homies,
Yeah.
Nut and Vavez.
The Redondo Beach Boys.
Are they Redondo Beach?
Yeah, they were for
Did
a
you
long
just
time.
dox them, bro?
They were for a long time. I don't think they are
The
anymore.
one time. It's all good. I mean, we used to put our location on
Young
Smashboards just
Redondo.
straight up.
I run a house tournament, man.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
Oh, man, look at that. The whole crowd popping off. So now we're going to get a run back from earlier in that winners finals, that Axe Amza set.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking pretty competitive. Axe and Amza are looking like they're playing really well today.
Oh, they were
too.
playing so hot.
They're playing great at
Mm-hmm.
major upset last weekend as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, actually, that's such a benefit to have had that kind of practice just a week ago.
Yeah.
And, like, really top-level practice, because I don't think anybody has beaten Hungrybox Plup in a while.
No.
Doubles, so you're getting premium practice heading into this event.
That Genesis run that Plup HBox had was one of the most, like, it was a little rough. HBox looked like 2018 HBox again, like
Ooh.
×2. He just kind of they walked over everyone at
Jeez.
Genesis.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I wonder if Vavez and Nut have discussed what to do differently for this matchup, for the rematch specifically. I think they were getting a little outplayed in terms of the teamwork and Amsa and Axe's ability to isolate them both.
yeah, I think that was the part that ended up being the most, like, deciding factor was you're talking about how good they are at isolating them, and once you get any of them isolated, trying to get away from a player like Amza or Axe when they're on top of you and they're pressing as many buttons as they are and as fast as they are, and it can make it so much more difficult to try and find your footing again after that, and it can kind of snowball that, and then you start getting, you know, track-minded to, well, I have to deal with just Axe being on top of me, not repositioning into a better place, and you finally get safe, but you did that at the cost of not really thinking of where your teammate was, and now you've lost positioning again, and now it just kind of kept snowballing a little bit. So I definitely think that if they can avoid the isolation, it could go much better.
Yeah, but with a character as fast as Pikachu, it's tough.
Yeah, we've seen some good doubles Pikachu, you know, this past year.
Happy
'Cause
birthday,
with
Axe.
Ralph. Yeah. The Ralph Pikachu in NorCal. They've
What's he? Amsa is 32. 32, Axe?
5. That's 5.
No, it's 30. No, it's 32.
3 and 2.
Because initially Amsa did 2-3 and then switched it.
2 and 3 is also 5. See, he's saying it's like, look, it's not 32, it's 2 and 3. They're interchangeable.
Oh, got it. 23 plus 5
Yeah,
is
it's
27.
28.
Yeah, wait, yeah, 28. Oops. Happy 28, X. Young as ever. I don't know. If Axe is 28, I'm 32, bro. So we'll take it.
Everyone's
And Nut has returned.
Melee has characters that are so unique compared to like the rest of the mechanics of the game. Characters like Peach and Float and double jump cancel type stuff, and Yoshi in particular with like avoiding knockback and things. But it does such a good job of making the characters feel as if they belong here. It's very natural.
Yeah,
sometimes games will get like, whether it's a DLC character or not, there's a character that has a really jarring play style or something, and while they are in the game, it doesn't necessarily feel.
I got one ultimate character on my mind that's looking a little weird on the field. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, no, it's interesting that despite being totally different, there's still synergies within the game, and there's, at least with the viable characters, there's applications to all kinds of situations, right?
Yeah.
That make them fit.
Shoot, speaking of viable characters nowadays, the top 9 seeds are 9 different characters for this event.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, including Yoshi, Pikachu, Samus. Yeah, there's a lot.
Nice. So, and in my mind, there's only okay. Is it in my mind, there's only 11 or 12 viable characters. That's been changing lately with DK being, having better results. I'd have to say DK is definitely viable at this point. But to say that we have 9 characters seeded top 9,
yeah,
that's almost the entire viable cast.
Yeah, we've had a lot of all unique top 8s. I feel like in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
a lot
the
of
diversity has been really cool in the last.
Young Link on top 100.
The way I describe it, so it's kind of like an ecosystem, right? Where if one character falls out, other characters start thriving. And so if you remove a certain character, things start changing in the ecosystem, right? So I do feel that during the online era when we were playing, it was a lot of Fox, Falco, and Marth, because a lot of potential answers to that were getting weeded out through online play. Like something was making them unviable, and thus we ended up with a lot of Spaceys. And obviously, who could handle Spaceys? It's Marth, etc. But now that we're back to live events, a lot of other characters have begun to thrive, and that's creating an ecosystem that allows for a variety of characters to start popping up again.
Yeah. How nice is it to have AMSA competing as much as they are nowadays?
Oh, it's
just
so
getting
great.
sponsored by Golden Guardians, only going to be competing even more, but
Yeah.
moving into the NA and stuff as well. It's a nice timeline.
Yes.
Feels right.
I think we also have Josh Man coming in from Australia
Yeah, I think he got the visa for Canada
to
as well.
Vancouver. Yeah.
It was an unfortunate stock really quick there for Nut. Kind of started down a little bit.
Yeah, not what you want here after kind of a dominant set and winners.
Thought they might air dodge off there for a moment. That was scary. I want to see that.
I like how nobody went for the edge guard on Axe, and they just stuck to dealing with AMSA. Again, not trying to be isolated, It's helpful.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do to edge guard Pikachu effectively at certain times. I feel like a lot of Pikachu edge guarding ends up being like rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Something like that too, if you're just like invincibly bearing their puppy a few times over and over.
And you don't get that freedom in doubles as much.
Not nearly. AMSA though, just holding on to this stock right now. And we've seen times recently with AMSA and doubles where they are just living to an absolutely absurd
Yoshi's
percent.
a tank.
Yeah.
Big tank.
That double jump armor, and you can just go into certain trades and such that you otherwise couldn't. A very good 2v1 character for the same reason, actually, because you can. You're one of the only ones where you can be the aggressor at certain times and like take options, and you can do moves first.
Yeah, break through the damage.
Yeah, like the partner trying to cover. Oh wow, great pickup right there from Nut.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, nobody going crazy to get after AMSA, just focusing on Axe, sticking together.
Those are the good sandwiches. You get stuck between a peach down smash and a Sheik back air. There's not many
that's
places to go.
Yeah, it's an idiot sandwich. You don't want to do that.
Wow.
And as I say that, as I say that, AMSA and Axe still doing well.
Yeah, extremely close right now.
Yeah, Nud's going to have to hold on to the stock as long as possible.
That's going to be a little rough. Oh, but thankfully they got to ledge first.
That was a tricky situation, because if Nut goes down with the recovery, then Vavis gets edge guarded. But then Vavis has to go up and then accidentally ends up edge hogging Nut. So it was just a really tough spot, and the timing was really unfortunate.
Yeah, all having to deal with getting attacked from stage.
Yeah.
Not trying to thread a needle here, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
This is tough.
Oh, this combo is a little more than tough. It's getting a little hot.
Okay, just opting for the damage, no overextension, and yeah.
Okay. Next one a little bit. So
yeah, clean
Axe
2v1 work by Axe and AMSA.
Yeah, kind of showing why they're in Winterside Grands right now.
Yeah.
Logan saying Nut did something wrong. Love to see it. Not laughing about it.
Discussing. I wonder if they were even discussing the game. They're just joking around. Friends for a while. Always cool to see friends teaming up.
Yeah. The power friendship is real, man. That anime power up is real in doubles.
Yeah. That wasn't the case in Norwalk, man. Norwalk, Joey and I would win tournaments, and then he would go around Norwalk talking about how he was carrying me the whole time. Man, it just made me want to quit doubles. Damn it, Joey. Joey actually lucky competing this weekend as well, so it'll be cool to see him.
Wow, so much damage on Amza, and you know, there's only so much damage that even that super armor can take. So if you're getting hit by multiple aerials at once, Nunbaba is doing a good job to break that. Okay. Yeah.
Good choice to opt for the top of the platform. It's harder for Amsa to get a kill there, but still gets a forward air and some damage. And finally the KO.
Yoshi can just squeak in little hits and moves like that so quick out of nowhere coming off these platforms.
Yeah. I'm also just noticing the benefit of Yoshi's shield that does not get poked by a Peach down smash, which is really beneficial here.
No scary spot. When that Pikachu uppy turns you around off stage,
yeah, and then Amsa just opting for eggs once. Early SD from Axe.
okay, a little bit of practice.
Yeah, but opting for the eggs when Axe is off camera, just to stall out, apply pressure while your homie comes back. I think it's the smart option.
Yeah, 2v1s like we've been talking about all night so far, just so advantageous that you don't even want to give the team a chance to get you in it.
Yeah.
You can sit there and stall as Yoshi and throw eggs. You should probably sit there and stall as Yoshi and throw eggs.
Wow, see, yeah, that's just the one shield where that doesn't work. Anybody else, you might get a shield poke at that point.
Yeah, and multi-hit moves are so good in doubles as well.
Breaks the armor, and then Nut there to cover with the down smash. Well done.
All right. So now this is looking pretty dominant at the moment here. And this is a hard 2v1 to make as well as Pikachu at these percents in particular for reasons like that.
Yeah.
You just take so much damage for everything.
And then likewise, Pikachu doesn't deal out that much damage, but Pikachu does have some moves like up air that could possibly KO early. And then one up smash on the Peach will kill at this point.
A couple extra stocks to play with at least.
Axe fighting for his life, still in this. Wow, a dope shot. Imagine if that was a Stitch, you know, you got a situation. Okay.
Again, just holding on. He's not going to give it to him for free.
It's there. There's a window. Oh. Okay, that should do it. Yeah.
So tied up now. This time they opted for Yoshi's story first. So they seemed that FD game, what you were probably noticing about the space as well, and kind of like we're picking up on Axe and Amza really able to use that space and not only isolate, but then also just use their extremely high level of movement and such to kind of outposition them.
Yeah.
They just went straight into Yoshi's this time as the counter pick.
Close quarters,
Didn't even,
scrambles.
deal with it.
All right, let's see where they're going for game 3.
Stadium? Okay.
It makes a lot of sense. You are going to get a lot of early KOs with up smash from Pikachu, and again, this provides the same benefits of space that I think Amsa and Axe do well in.
Yeah, in general, like from a pure matchup standpoint, I don't feel like there's a lot of amazing counter picks against Sheik Peach for Yoshi Axe or Yoshi Pikachu. But yeah, with what we've seen them do with space, I think that this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then you see Amsa there target switching, initially going after Nut, but immediately turning back around to support Axe in the recovery. And you know, if Axe died earlier, that Thunderbolt wouldn't have happened.
I almost had a double thunder there, honestly.
Yeah.
Thunder's such a fun move in doubles. You can do insane saves with it too.
Oh yeah.
Like thundering from like super low on the bottom of the stage and stuff, and like
Yeah,
you
maybe
do some
even
crazy
stop
stuff.
like a side KO
Yeah,
to help your teammate.
Pikachu has a lot of really cool double stuff.
And I guarantee you, Axe knows them all.
Yeah.
Axe knows everything about this game. He's 28 years old.
Yeah.
He's played this a long time.
Now, they were teaching me some Pikachu back air ECB stuff, and that's how weird that move
What
is.
is ECB?
It's like basically where your character actually is versus like their animation. It's like when Pikachu's back airing, sometimes it'll like, back air is just one that's pretty obvious. Sometimes it'll look like Pikachu's body's all the way off stage, but then they'll snap back onto stage. They're not actually off stage because the game is like tracking them further back than what their animation actually looks like.
I didn't know we had a term for that now. Okay.
Do some cheek stuff.
ECB stands for what?
I don't know what it stands for. Now, you know, that's stuff ahead of me. Maybe it's collateral box or something.
Interesting.
Some sort of box, I think.
I just call it BS. Back in my day, we called it BS.
Oh, that was a wonky situation, and Yoshi kind of just having to roll out of it.
All right, so not getting away with a lot of damage on Amsa, which has been racking up. If you want to tie it up, that's how you do it. Amsa's got the lead, and you know we know how long Yoshi survives, so work has to be done on that character.
To pick this up. And Axe right now is just kind of hunting Nut down a little bit on that last stock. It's that isolation we were talking about. There's just these times where it just seems extended sequences of like, even if they're not getting comboed, it's definitely like Axe or Amsa on the gas. And I think they're both comfortable with their partner being in a 1v1 also with the other one. So it's
interesting. They're okay with being far apart from each other. See that? Like they're willing to just go to opposite sides.
You don't want to get stuck chasing Pikachu either.
Yeah. And they're picking really good spots too to come in, cross up. Axe specifically, even from his singles games, is just so good at crossing up with that nair, picking the right spots.
And okay, another opportunity here to take the stock off Axe, and doesn't quite get it. Good roll there from Axe, but there's Vavez back here.
Tons of damage. Can Amsa close out this stock?
Looks like it. No one there to disrupt. And there is a Soul Peach stock.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of damage there, but as you said, risky stuff. Okay in a 2v1 situation.
So Axe Amsa up 2-1 right now. Grand Finals winner side.
Game point for them. It would be a great dub for Amsa, big, just recently picked up by Golden Guardians.
Yeah.
Wait, was he Golden Guardians by major upset? I think.
Homemade waffles, yes.
Okay.
Pretty sure they were.
Okay.
Yeah, homemade waffles as well.
Yes, congrats
That's a cool one.
to Brandon. I love the little the NorCal video they made for Brandon.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. That was cool.
That's hype.
It's kind of cool to get sponsored by your favorite NBA team as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's gotta be so cool, right?
The Indianapolis Colts or
Indianapolis Colts, Trey the Trash Man. Let's go.
Oh, and that turnip actually giving Axe a new lease on life right there, unfortunately, and at the same time kind of putting Nut in a weird situation off stage of getting turned around. But
that recovery was really nice, by the way, from Vavez and Nut. I mean, they had the whole threat of Amsa out there, then Axe threatening the up smash. Still made it in, and really good positioning.
Wow, just the instant upper on that top platform.
Ooh, that was so nice from Vavez to recognize that he was in a 2v1 situation and just chose to strongly approach, right? No backing up, no running away, just actually fighting in the mix, and that's actually what kept Vavez alive there.
Yeah. Well, Vavez known to have a firm hand.
Close game, close game.
Oh, Axe going deep, deep. Doesn't matter. Pikachu, it's so crazy how fast Pikachu can go down and then how quickly they can rise again. It's instant transmission.
Yeah, and Axe now becoming a nuisance, still staying alive. There were multiple times where a possible KO hit actually landed and saved by either AMSA or some other interference.
Finally did it, and a lot of damage on AMSA, and that short time Axe was gone as well.
Looking good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the down smashes from Vavez this match have been hitting beautifully. And just right on target too. None of this damage going towards Nut. And it's paying dividends.
Wow, and there we go, the down B follow-up right there.
I've been loving seeing AMSA just starting to combo with that a lot more.
Oh, it's a fun move.
Yeah.
And yeah, right now, just going to need to hold on to these stocks, both teams. I'd say Nut Vavez definitely have a good lead right here, potentially, if they can just take this Axe stock away.
And it's funny, too, because you saw 4 stocks to 3, but it was Nut and Vavez who seemingly had the lead just because they were such high percent.
Yeah, right here. Just Axe could lose this stock at any moment, and then just down to 2.
But Axe has been doing an insane job this whole match of staying alive, so. Okay, almost survived that, too.
Yeah, and at 147. It's an absolute journey to take a stock from any of these players.
Now that task is on AMSA to stay alive. That shouldn't do it, right? Yoshi heavy.
Very heavy.
Oh. Yeah, I think this is the time where the isolation tactics might be a little tough to pull off.
Oh, jumping into that Yoshi.
No way, no way.
Wow, it just somehow deletes that stock.
Wow. That's a commentator's curse. That isolation was actually brilliant.
Oh, and this is scary as well. This is match point, but
I like that idea that they were covering the platform and the ledge, but the roll was
how did that
a
up
little
smash
too
hit
fast.
and combos into the Thunder, and they do it? Oh,
that was a really hard fought finisher, but well done.
Wow, Vavez grasping at the air as well. All in good fun too, though. They're all on.
I would say that
time,
Nut and
but
Vavez definitely looked a lot better heading into the grand final set.
Yeah.
But Axe
that was looking
and
like it was
AMSA
gonna be
too
game
strong.
5.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So AMSA Axe, our DreamHack champions. It's funny, after last week and seeing them in major upset, I knew they were in for a win here soon. They've been looking really good, so I enjoy this team. This AMSA Axe arc.
Yeah.
Good one.
I think they want the Plub Hungry Bucks win, I'm sure, right? They are among the best active doubles teams right now, and I'm sure they want to be number 1. And
always great to see Nut Vavez too. And then we rounded out with some San Diego talent here in San Diego.
Yeah, it was a dope top 4. Doubles getting more and more entertaining for me, so I'm happy to have commentated it with you.
Yeah, it was a great time. I think we got Street Fighter 5 top 6 coming up next too, so make sure you all stick around here at DreamHack, because a lot more games to be played this weekend. So all weekend.
On this channel, so stick around. That's coming up next. That is it for us on Melee Doubles. We'll be back tomorrow for Melee Singles. So
Take care,
stay tuned.
Thank you for hanging out with me on my birthday.